See, and that's why they complain. The fuel at 90, the fuel at 900, now 1,000, how much? 1,025 naira now for fuel. Now you don't go now. But everybody will use the suffer this suffer. Now God will promise you now. 1,025 naira for fuel. We never arrest and never tire for our own fuel, our own rich natural resources from 200 to 600, from 600 to 900, 900 now. See, bro, show them, see them, see them. Show, come on, show them. More than 2 kilos. Anyone I want to, more than you never arrest tire. The frustration too much. Wait, are we down once? Are we down once in our own country? Are we down once? If they don't tell us not to, never the 20 people will arrest.
As you can see already, Nigerians are already screaming. Nigerians are shouting. Many Nollywood celebrities are also speaking up. We have seen Kunle Afolayan talk about the fact that he has been spending millions to power his business. Many people that are into cold room business, they don't have electricity. Not to not talk of the fact that petrol will now be easy for them to buy to power up their cold rooms and all of this stuff. So Nigerians just shout left, right, center about this fuel price. And let me explain to you what exactly happened, how it all happened, and how Nigerian can actually probably gain a little bit of help. Talking about the Dangote issue, about how this particular man in question actually made this about himself to punish Nigerians, because to be very honest, that is what it is. And so let us just get right into it. So the petrol price in Nigeria has crossed over 1,000 naira per litre in many cities. Some areas reaching about 1.3 to 1.4. It was reaching about that 1.4, but the government has said they have actually reduced it back to like 1,000 and something. And in 2023, let us remember that back in 2023, this same petrol that we are complaining of was 263 naira. Yes, per litre. Back in 2023, look at the shift. 263 naira to over 1,000 naira. That's how far we have gone in this government, showing how sharply prices have increased in just few years without anything to account for. Nothing to account for. In that fuel subsidy, there is nothing to account for. The increase is affecting transportation, food prices, and daily living costs in the country. We all know how crazy it has been in the last 3 years. Thinking that probably with this government in power, probably if they remove that fuel subsidy, probably the life condition of people will be better. Probably we'll have a new good health condition. But that's a lie, because we are still suffering what we were suffering in the past. And it's not even on the high toll than what it should be after Dangote Refinery started operation. But instead, the price continued to fluctuate. When Dangote started, many people were already making claims that, oh, thank God, at least now we have fuel. And even though we were having the fuel, the price itself was not dropping, because many people's intention is that, oh, as long as we can now supply crude to Dangote, of course, we are supposed to be free. You understand? But that is not the same case. So what now triggered the latest price increase? One major trigger is rising global crude oil prices. Rising global, meaning that it's not only in Nigeria that this actually happened. So it actually happened globally. And crude oil prices moved from around $70 to $80 per barrel to above $100 plus during the period of global tension. Everybody knows what actually happened in the world, and people started fighting, governments started fighting themselves, United States versus Iran, they killed the leader of Iran, and all of these things that actually happened within just few period of time. Crude oil prices rose from about $70 to $80 to immediately over $100. So when crude oil become more expensive globally, refineries pay more to produce petrol. And now, Nigeria now operates a market-driven fuel system, meaning local prices react quickly to global change. And because the prices have actually increased down there, and they cannot actually get crude the amount that they're actually getting it before, Dangote increased his own too. Meaning that he was not even doing it for Nigeria, he's running it as a business. And by the time he's running it as a business, whether we actually have a shock or not, he's going to increase his own. And that is fact. And the global conflicts in the Middle East involving the US, Israel, and Iran created fear of oil supply disruption. Because of this, there was this fear. And because of the fear, everybody is being ordering what it has, because you don't know what will actually happen. You understand? So it is quite hard to actually get oil. Oil markets react strongly to fear of shortages, causing crude oil prices to rise quickly, and investors and traders increase prices because they fear future supply disruption. And so because these people are actually scared of what might happen in the nearest future because of the fight between Iran, US, and all of these people, they are actually very, very careful. So all of these people skyrocketed their prices immediately because of their stock. Nobody want to actually lose. Nobody want to actually lose. And even rumors of attack on oil facility can push global oil prices higher. Many people are actually scared that if they start bombing these oil facilities, especially places around Saudi Arabia, places around the United States, and all of these places, people will be scared to want to release what they have. So because of that, the prices have actually increased globally. So for those that don't know, the Strait of Hormuz is one of the world's most important oil transport routes. And about 20% of global oil shipments pass through this narrow waterway. If conflict threatens this route, oil tankers face higher risk. I don't know if what I'm actually saying actually makes sense. If this part of this oil shipment actually have an issue, many people will actually be scared. So people are scared to actually take that risk. And so if conflict threatens this route, oil tankers face higher risk. And shipping costs increased dramatically because of that. On shipments, we shipped from $800,000 to about $3.5 million in just in the space of how many weeks? You can actually see what is actually happening. So because of this war scare, the shipping costs actually rose from $800,000 to $3.5 million. And higher shipping costs increased the price of fuel nationwide. And so this thing is not only happening in Nigeria alone. And in as much as we get why Nigerians are actually now shouting and screaming, shouting and dissing, but Nigeria was not supposed to, in the first place, release it to become a monopoly business, oil monopoly business in Nigeria. And even though we have our local small refineries, if we can't match these wars, if we can't match Dangote's level, then we will continue to have this problem. We will have continued to have this down and coming up. And that is what it is. And everybody knows that before 2023, the Nigerian government used fuel subsidies to keep petrol prices artificially low. Even if petrol cost 400 or 500 to import, Nigeria might pay 185 to 200 because the government covered the difference. But in 2023, the subsidy was removed, meaning Nigeria now pay the real market price of petrol. So whether the price increase from Dangote side, it doesn't concern anybody any longer. The price of petrol will be the same everywhere. So there's like nothing that we're actually enjoying. Even though the people that were actually supplying this oil now is stand themselves, they were actually showing us shaky. And without subsidy protection, global prices increase now directly affect Nigerians. And this is one of the biggest structural changes in the Nigerian fuel system. And so many Nigerians actually believed local refinery will automatically make petrol cheaper. But that's a very big lie. Because Dangote Refinery still buy crude oil at the international benchmark prices. And so because they still actually need to buy from the international market, it will be affected by global freight, insurance, and shipping costs. And that is the thing. And so some crude used in the refinery is even purchased from international markets in US dollars, not in Naira. And so local refinery does not actually mean cheap crude. And that is what Nigerians are currently facing right now. Because many people have actually thought that, because Dangote has actually entered the business, of course, number one, petrol is supposed to be cheaper, which is a lie. Of course, we will not be affected by whatever is going on in the international market. It's a lie because he is also purchasing from the international market because he has actually made it known that the Nigerian market crude is not enough for him. It's not enough for his business. So he still needs to purchase outside Nigeria. And if he's also purchasing outside Nigeria, that absolutely means that whatever actually affects everybody in the whole world will also affect him. And so if there's an increase in price around the world, it will affect Nigeria too. And so other costs that add to petrol prices. Number one, refinery cost, which is the equipment, maintenance, and energy use. Shipping crude oil to the refinery and distributing petrol worldwide. Also, insurance costs for tankers and oil shipment. And then lastly, transportation through tankers, depots, and filling station. And every stage of the supply chain add cost to the final point price. So look at what the chain will actually mean before it finally gets to the consumer. So that is why we will continue to buy fuel cheaper. Many of you that say you want to vote for APC, that they are the one that will help us, you are deceiving yourself. yourself. And so why are Nigerians complaining? Salaries and income have not increased at the same speed as fuel price, because we all know that our salaries are not increasing, but the fuel price is increasing. Transportation costs have increased significantly. Because of this, we know how much the price of things have actually become. It has become much more, right, than what it should be. Also, food prices have risen because farm produce transportation depends on fuel. Of course, that is what it will look like. Businesses now spend more on generator and logistics because fuel price affects almost every part of the economy. And so why do prices fluctuate frequently? Petrol prices in Nigeria now changes because of global crude oil prices, exchange rate movement, shipping and logistic costs, refinery production cost, and without subsidy, petrol prices follow market changes almost immediately. So the reason why it actually met Nigerians the way it actually met Nigerians and there was an increase is because now it's not a monopoly business. It's now owned by Dangote. Majority of what we are now using is now from Dangote. So if that is the case, Nigerian will suffer it very, very hard. And so, what could reduce the price of petrol in the future? Expert says Nigeria supplies more crude to local refinery. So if you can have more crude supplied to Dangote, probably, and he doesn't actually need to actually go abroad to actually get his crude, then with that, it will be easy to tell, we are supplying you crude now, do something for us. You understand how they go on? You understand? The Naira becomes stronger. If the Naira becomes stronger, of course, it will be able to target this thing. And if they're going to do plus and minus, it will still be able to still work out. Local refinery capacity increases further. We have more local refinery, not depending on Dangote alone. Distribution and logistics systems improve. If the way we are actually transporting fuel actually increases, then it will actually really make sense. So that is just it. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you actually still think that Dangote still have what to do in all of this? Let me know in the comment section. Follow me on all social media platforms at Facebook, as Instagram, and Twitter. Do you think Nigeria government fucked up with actually allowing Dangote to actually have this big say in the petrol market? Let me know in the comment section. What do you actually think? What's your thoughts? And do you actually think the Nigerian government still have anything to offer us in this government? Because for me, I don't even know at this point. People are crying daily, suffering left, right, center. It is well. Let me know what you think in the comment section. See you in the next. Love you.